Well, hello people, and welcome back to part 5 of Foundation 1.0. Hope you're having a wonderful day. These houses over here now at the foot of the new Treasury and Watch Post are also starting to increase in density, which is wonderful to see. Very nice over here. Now the town continues to grow up. In today's episode, after the castle last week, I'd like to strive toward a stronger economy. We're currently maxed out on Treasury, so a Treasury expansion today would be good. Alongside a big territory expansion, because I'd like to begin setting up a bit of a logistics hub and also planning the bridge over to this one here as well, kind of mapping out some arterial roads if you like. Off camera, I've also added in a second charcoal hut within the forest areas here. There's also a third sawmill in here as well now, just to help with the load of planks that are required over here. Let's open up our territory. I'm going to grab this one here and then this one. That gives us full access to the river. We could do that one, but I think we'll wait a little bit for that one. These two here are a little bit awkwardly shaped, aren't they? But I think for right now, just having this space here should be alright. So I want to set up a bit of a, I guess, logistics sort of center here. So let's do some fencing first of all. I want to grab common decoration and let's do elegant fence for this. I just want to run this along here. Now I think I'm going to leave a bit of a gap there where people can come through. And then the same again just up here. Something like that. And then this can just run along the road. Up to our current edge of map. Fantastic. So with these little holes in the wall that I've left, I want to come into, well, first of all, let's get everything painted as a wood cutting area because we're going to want this cleared. So with that wall getting built, I'd like to set up a bit of a logistics center so we can begin to work toward a very strong tier 4 common path. So let's grab jewelry and we'll also grab tier 4 decoration. That gives us everything here now as well. Also, do we get any more edicts? We do. We have one more to go for. Anything that's going to be useful for today? Don't really want to reduce food yields. I might try this bulk trade one. The price goes down, but the quantity goes up. And again, reduced upkeep is always tidy. Let's do sturdy materials in that last one there. We've also got a kingdom privilege as well. Kingdom buildings upkeep reduced by 25%. I'm always happy for any sort of upkeep reduction buff, so let's go with that. That's super. So we have that. So let's begin to sort of set up what I want to work on around here. So using the forbidden tool, I want to bring this really low down and then just mark out pretty much what we did last episode. Just the sidewalk of the road I want to build is pretty much what I want to happen here, right? I'll send that there, and then also the same with this one as well. This will be quite a wide road. And we're just going to use this to direct them to different districts in this area. This is going to be quite high density as well, I think. Cool, we'll eventually cross a bridge here. I'd also like them to walk kind of through this direction too, so I'm going to do 2 more exclusion zones down this way. And also just remove that central bit then, so they can come out onto the new street. And we'll do something similar out that way as well. We'll send districts out this way. So the way this will work is, when we come to build buildings like we will right now, I want to allow them entrance into that. I'm just going to do a little entrance here. And this way they'll be forced to build the paths the way you want them. I wouldn't advise doing this all the time, but I think for certain projects and certain designs it can be fun. But I think otherwise, it would lean into kind of Foundation's organic nature. I think it really sort of lends itself quite nicely. We can have someone serving beer here now as well. How is the beer supply going? 26, it's not too bad. Are we storing it over here? We're not. Let's store it in that granary too. Get the beer over there. Yeah, super. Yeah, so let's do big storage logistics. I want a cool warehouse design here. Our exclusion zone is just there next to the bushes. I'm going to grab my warehouse. We're going to know how I want this to look. We're going to place the main building here. And then I want to do 2 warehouse depot upgrades just next door. Just making sure that at least one of these arrows is available. And we'll do the same over here too. And then I essentially want to repeat that exact same design on the other side so we can have a mass storage and processing of materials here. And then I also want a granary lined up in the middle as well. Let's have that there. And then can we get the granary deeper on the other side? We can. It's not just about far away enough. Cool. And I'm going to have that as a bit of a major resource hub over here, okay? So that should be pretty fabulous. Last episode, we did start preparing our gold deposit. So we do have gold coming into the city now. We are, I think, trading it, aren't we? So we'll stop those trades because we're going to start processing it today. So yeah, stop selling gold ore and stop selling gems as well as we're processing them. So for our first one, that's coming to resource production, and then we have the cooperage now, which is the barrels. We'll do that later on. We'll also do the cow farming today too, with the cheese farm and whatnot. But it's goods production that we want in a minute. So we're going to get the goods smelter, which will take 6 gold ore and 3 coal in exchange for 1 gold bar. So this is quite a high admin building rate. This is going to cost us 500 to build. And surprisingly enough, this isn't a polluted building. So nearby to gold and coal, it's going to be its best place. There's coal here and there's gold the other side of the mountain. So I don't think we have this marked as residential, do we? No, so I think I'll have it here. Let's have our gold smelter this side. Now I also mentioned I want to hit some extra labour splendor today as well. It does want fortification, that's okay. Let's give it some fortification then. Let's build a watchtower out here. Because we can probably hit these houses over here as well, because they probably won't have the light fortification requirement yet. For their density, which is quite tidy. Yep, keep coming over. I'm tempted to increase my tailorage, you know. And maybe upgrade these guys as well. Would you be happy with an upgrade, I wonder? I want to process more of this cloth. Because we're selling clothes, so the more we can produce, the better really. I also want to start processing this marble as well. Let's do this one here. We'll store the marble at our main resource deposit that we're building at the minute. And then we'll get some carts lined up here. And then some extra little stuff. Let's get that built. Start to process that marble as well. So we're producing the gold smelter. The next along the chain is going to be the jeweler's shop, which will take 2 jewellery in exchange for 1 gem and gold bar. Again, this isn't a polluted building though. This is a little bit bigger though. Wouldn't mind. Then again, if I'm happy for the density to continue down here. It just looks like more of a town centre building though, doesn't it? It really does. Maybe right here next to the brewers, maybe. But then again, I'm probably not averse to moving the lumber camp now, and we can probably squeeze that in next door, can't we? I think we'll do that. Let's move the lumber camp out into the sticks again now. Over there's fine. And I'll do the same with this sawmill as well. And the berry gatherers. Let's just pop them on the road for right now. Yeah, so that frees up the whole space for us here, where we can essentially continue this high street that's developing. I think just next door to the brewery. Something like that. It's going to want light fortification again. Which is okay. We can easily build up another fortification here. Maybe catch the last of these houses there, right? Super. I probably need some more patrolmen, I imagine now. There we go. In terms of like base surf resources, we're still not doing too badly here. Meat is starting to dwindle a little bit. What are we doing for meat import? For boar, rather. Okay, I think I'm going to increase this now. I'm going to buy up until 30, I think. Because I'm deforesting so much land, I much prefer just to import the boar and process it that way. Come along rather nicely. I wouldn't mind a bit more residential squares out here, so let's come back to our square tile. And then just along here, let's make sure our tile is the same as all the others. I'm just going to place some of these in and around here. And then very similar to what we did with the Forbidden tool, I just want to put a little street in for them. A little collector road, if you like. We'll do the same over there too. And guess I wouldn't mind one there either. Once this is all deforested, we'll get some nice detailing around here too. I also added in another food stall over here. Yes, hello people, come and join us. We will need the workers very, very soon indeed. How many people have we got on the gold mine? Yeah, we got 2. That's okay. Let's do a bit more prospecting because I wouldn't mind more gold coming in. Let's send the bailiff out again. Of course, time and costs reduced by half thanks to that edict we have now. Was it a privilege? One of the two, wasn't it? And we're also missing a bit of iron there as well now, aren't we? Okay, let's open up all of these other iron mines as well then. We're also probably going to have to de-zone a little bit of residential here. Just going to get rid of this guy. There we go, that should be okay. Let's do a bit of fence in there just to kind of demarcate the 2 districts there. Would like to maybe spend a bit more time personalising some of these spaces. Let's have a stone fence. And then we'll do the same this side too. So let's start storing some resources in here. First and foremost, we want the gold production stuff. So we'll have gold ores and gold bars all stored down this way. I think I'll keep this one here relatively gold related, if you like. So I'm going to have jewellery and gems all stored in here. Let's also get some workers going in. And then when we do open up the other ones as well, we'll be able to store in some wood and whatnot, things that are being processed. I don't know if I have to store marble as well. In terms of the cooperage, this is going to want planks and iron. We're not producing lots of iron, although that is about to increase thanks to the new mines. I guess as part of our new and improved high street here, do we also want the cooperage? Just for a slightly taller building perhaps, something like that. I'm going to go ahead and say yes to that, I think. All of the stuff this needs should be stored down here. Let's also remove some of the iron ore storage from here as well, and the gems too, plus the wood. Let's store planks for the cooperage, and the iron will also be stored here as well. And then we will also store those barrels. Wicked, some new houses are being built down here now as well. You guys still staying stocked with your resources this far away from everywhere? Your housing isn't brilliant apparently. That's okay. Patrol coverage. Yeah, we have extended guard coverage. Let's get another patroller in. I'll take the extra worker there as well. And we can also store wood down here now as well. I'm going to store quite a bit of wood here, I think. We've got someone at the door as well. What's up? You want cloth? Yes, we can pay that. We can absolutely do that. Wonderful. That gives us 75 booze. Sure, that'll get distributed. Let's also come back into the tree as well. I want to grab Manor House Architecture. And also the Tavern Splendor package too. And I think with the Manor House stuff, again, because our treasury does threaten to get full when we're not spending hundreds on blacksmiths and whatnot, I wouldn't mind adding a bit of decoration around here to hit some labour splendor here. I think I'm going to build a bit of a backyard for our Lord's Manor here. And then let's grab a little city gateway here. And build that back in with the city wall. And then let's build a wall fountain. Let's have that there. And let's have some elegant trees in the grounds too. And let's do some polished planters either side of the fountain. A couple of benches in here too. And a couple of braziers as well over here at the entrance. It's always very thematic, isn't it? Can we have some manor dormers perhaps? Wouldn't mind those. Bailiff has also found a quartz deposit, which is very nice. Wonderful news. But either way, I need to let some simulation time pass here while things build up. So we'll be back in a sec. And we also popped tier 4 labour during that time as well, which gives us some very interesting things. We will get City Market today, which I'd like to grab once we have the Splendor for it. You also get City Fortifications, a Tavern Kitchen, mining tax. It sounds like it would be nice for doing quite a bit of mining now. And then the tier 4 labour privilege as well, but we'll just wait for a touch more influence to spill over. Let's also prospect further resource deposits as well. And we also have a quartz deposit here as well, so let's get this set up with mining and stuff. Have that there, and then we should be storing quartz over here. Yes, we are. And now we will eventually be having marble once that gets built. We have a plank shortage at the moment, but that's fair enough. Obviously wouldn't mind, but what are we doing with planks right now? Yeah, we're not selling them. We had having a shortage of them, which is fair enough. We've got some extra workspaces waiting to be built over here at the lumber camp to increase the wood surplus. I also realised we didn't really build the back door or the little garden we made, did we? So let's add that one there. But otherwise pretty cute. People going in here to sit down and enjoy the surroundings and whatnot. Very nice indeed. A merchant is on his way apparently. Although I have just realised by forbidding them to walk here, I need to actually build in these side streets as well, don't I? So they can get to that forest. I'll also do the same. A little bit further up here too. And then I'd also like them to walk along the shoreline here. I'll back down into this residential area. Once all that's deforested, we can start to fill it with people, and we'll also cut another street through there as well, I think. Cool. So we can see how there's a develop. These houses are also in here now too, and those basic surf resources seem to be a lot stronger now too. Got someone at the door. Hello. Sounds like a good trade. It does. You also can give me labour influence as well, so you can absolutely have that. Thank you very much. Wicked. So with that arranged, the gold is in processing now. We have the smelters and the jewelers both waiting to be built alongside the cooperage. Dairy farm isn't something we touched on yet. We can't do candles because we don't have wax, which comes from the Mustanic beekeeping through the clergy monastery stuff. We don't have that yet, so we'll skip candles for today. Tier 4 decorative stuff would appear, and then we've also got sculpture workshop and the stained glass people as well, which you can do for the glass makers. Now we have quartz. So let's have a look at the dairy farming stuff. Let's come to food production. I'd love to get another variety of food in for them. So we want dairy farm. So currently our farming's been taking place over here. We do have more spare farm over here now, which I wouldn't mind using. Let's add in... Again, do I want all my animals together? I kind of think I do. I think I do want my animals together. It would be nice to spread it out a bit though, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think why don't we have kind of a cute cow pasture on the edge of town over here. Let's get that built. Also build it a little fence too, while we wait for it. I want this to be pretty high priority, so get over here. Let's do some common decoration. And just some classic stone fencing. So we're alongside the pathway here. And just in this little clearing, I suppose, is where I'll paint it out. There should be enough space for them. Once we receive said milk, we will of course also need a cheese maker, which would be nice. This is a polluted building, so we should be careful with this. Let's go through 2 more workers into the lumber camp as well. Then I think down here, I'd love to have the cheese maker on the corner. Let's have him sort of here. I guess the front is about there, is it? Let's do something about that way. So let's build that, and then we're just going to do the little street into him as well, over that side, I think. Cool. So cheesemaker accounted for. We will eventually store all of these foodstuffs once the granary is done. I'm not sure why these guys are red. It has allowed us to have the other 2 people in. They're not within the forbidden radius, unless that one's affecting them, is it? It shouldn't be. Only a temporary build in their own way, of course. But as long as you're cutting wood, I'm happy. Our cow farm is now also built, so let's get a worker in here and paint out some pasture for them. Over to a square brush here as well. And just follow that boundary set with our fence. So it's too large, but let's put in another one there. 2 workers, that's going to be adequately sized for them. And we can get our first taste of foundation cow. Aren't they wonderful? They're so fun. I love that little graphical style. What a wonderfully charming game. Now, does this have any improvements to it? Does not, no. That's okay though. That's fine. So milk will start being produced now. Our granary shouldn't be too far off. Yeah, so we'll take milk here. We'll do cheese as well. Is there anything else likely to be produced over here? We're not too far from the brewery. Let's also do berries out here. I suppose right now let's just do extra milk until we know what we want to happen over here. Isn't the royal office here? Yeah, royal court, yeah. Okay, let's grab that then. We'll do it now. I see that other one there as well. Wouldn't mind having the treasury for the castle too. Okay, well, let's complete this quest then. Let's edit building. We will add a new element. We want the royal office. This can be, where do we want to attach this one? Let's have a look at maybe, let's add one of these guys on the side. We'll have that as our royal office. And then let's also actually continue to amend it, and I would like a new building here. Let's do, oh, we do have the fortified keep now. Can't wait to get these down. That's going to be so much fun over here, isn't it? It's okay. Patience, everyone. It'll be worth it, I assure you. Let's maybe have this as a little separate outbuilding, perhaps. And then for this, I want to build a treasury. And then where can we have this? We've got a... Just take fortified quarters. Oh, this looks quite impressive, doesn't it? I'm going to have that there as a separate building, I think. And then I'm going to do a extravagant little door onto it. How about that? And then some decoration. Let's do... Maybe why it's holding money, we can have some of the banners out here. Something like that. Cool. Let's get all that built. That should increase our treasury size also. Requirements not met. It wants heavy fortification, does it? I mean, is being in the grounds of the castle not protection enough? Well, it's also saying it doesn't have a room or interior access, but it does. So we'll just wait and see what happens with it once it's built. More people at the town centre. Yes, come on in. We're going to need the workforce eventually. We now have our gold smelter up, so let's get some people in here. It is suited for citizens, which we won't have for a little while yet. Also, houses upgrading out here now too. How are we doing for patrol coverage? It's only partial now. Let's make sure we keep that on extended. Another patroller in as well. So the gold smelter will hopefully start to produce now. I reckon with this increased coal output, we're probably going to want another charcoal hut around here. Because these guys are just farming this forest continuously. We'll see how we go. We may end up actually importing some more coal because we've got plenty of money. How are we doing for service? Is everyone alright? Another church will be due shortly as well, I imagine. Hello, yes, we will agree to pay the resources. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. And then I'm going to put them into the gold smelters as well. So we could even upgrade these guys. So I think we'll just wait a little bit longer yet. Don't upgrade, everyone's happy. We're approaching 200 population with 90% happiness, which is great. Let's get... This is still waiting to be built, isn't it? Goodness gracious. In terms of iron output, yeah, it is grinding down a little bit. I would like those mines open at some point. The marble deposit is also open, so let's get 2 miners in there. And that will begin getting stored over here now, which is wonderful. We can also grab the city market as well now, wonderful. But either way, let's take a look at the market hall once all this stuff is built up, and we'll let our new supply chains of gold and cheese stockpile up a little bit as we complete another fair. 125% happiness, wonderful, but yeah. Let's let the simulation run for a bit, and then we'll be back. Fantastic, so our jeweler's workshop now has someone in it, although producing jewellery very slowly, still jewellery nonetheless. And then we also have our cooperage available now too, which is going to want a lot more planks, which means we pretty much need to increase our plank infrastructure. I might even include one as part of the ongoing sort of forestry operations here actually. I guess another one because there's already one over there. I'm just going to leave one of them each for right now. I've also extended the dairy farm as well to hold 3 people with an adequately sized field. And our cheese is now starting to stockpile. Or milk, sorry, is starting to stockpile. While the cheesemakers is continuing to be constructed. So let's build ourselves a city market, shall we? So let's come into here, let's build ourselves a market hall. And scroll to the start of our menu, and I want to grab first of all the market storehouse, which is going to be used for storing and trading rustic food, refined food, goods, luxury, and luxurious food. Wonderful. So let's have this as part of our kind of main street that's going on here, right? Let me just check where... So essentially the corner of these trees is where the no walk zone is. This corner, like this. Then I'm going to add the Market Hall City Square, which is where we can hopefully trade a lot of these things. Have that right there. Yeah, I love that. Let's change the roof colour too. Let's do about a darker colour, a bit more luxurious about it. And then I want to sell pretty much everything here, so we'll do a row of food. Then have some goods here as well. Then I don't think we're really making enough luxury goods to warrant a market yet, are we? Guess what luxury goods are we making? Jewellery, obviously one of them. That's pretty much it. We're not making any of the luxury meals and won't be for a while yet. Although I guess they're luxury food, not goods, are they? Okay, let's just stick with these front market stores for right now then. And let's give them a whole bunch of market tents. Different colours. Although they're all the same anyway by the looks of it. Unless that's just the builder, it might be. Yeah, let's get some food stall signs out here. Let's do one right there. And then we'll also have some goods down here too. Let's also give an entrance into our building as well. Let's do that there. Same colour tiles as well. And I think that's it then for my big corner building. Let's get that built. And then again, using the forbidden stuff, I just want to reduce the areas where people can actually walk. Just remove one there for the front door. And then pretty much all of that actually for the people accessing the market stands. And then they can walk alongside it here into what will become expanded residential once we need that, I think. Cool, so we need some market store workers for them. Let's grab any people as they come in. There's a couple of people waiting there, isn't there? It is wonderful. Yes, you are waiting on... Yeah, it's planks and iron really for you, isn't it? You're waiting on jewels too. We've also got people in this mine over here as well now, which is wonderful. And we now have the workers for the quartz mine, which brings us to 3 commoners, which I think we might do some promotions as well. now we're kind of coming to the end of tier 4 common path here. Although we've not done the sculptor's workshop yet, or the glass works. And there's one thing we haven't done yet, which is the pavers building, which I think I would like to take a look at now. So we'll maintain and maintain dirt roads. It's not a polluted building, and honestly, if it fits and sits here, I'm pretty happy with that. Sure thing. Let's do that. Now this also has its own district too. So I guess road paving. I'm just going to do the arterials all the way through the middle of town. Cool. So I've just painted that pretty much all the way through the middle of town, is where I'm happy to have the paving. And then we'll assign someone into this once it's built again. Whilst the cheese is making it back to the granary, or will be very soon anyway, let's have a look at those promotions. We're going to kind of want to have a look at these guys here. You're all commoners now, aren't you? You are indeed. Our clothing supply, you guys are... You're a serf, let's bring you up. You are a commoner. These guys want to be citizens, but honestly we're starting to burn through that supply now. Because I think we've moved these guys up to commoners, which is making sure the cloth gets out efficiently. Plus the third worker in the tailor's workshop is also keeping on top of that as well. In terms of other jobs, how about our... Yeah, the common wares workshop is dragging, isn't it? It's down to... Yeah, it's just iron bars. I think we'll focus promotions on our iron production chain then. Both of you are both commoners, aren't you? And then let's also promote our blacksmiths as well. Both of them can come up to commoner. Let's also make sure we're selling some refined food down at the market too here. We're selling meat at the other market, so let's turn this into cheese. So we'll sell cheese down there, grab some more workers. About to hit 200 people here today as well, which will be good. The gold smelter is staying stocked with gold, but coal is the obvious problem, of course. I'm going to address my coal situation, I think. Let's come to resources. And let's come down to coal. So we're using tons of it now. I'm going to go ahead and say 100. 100 coal. And is there any mandates we can run to improve trade? Who is it that we buy coal from? Middle sell coal. As do Trotberry. You could have put that edict on. Although I have to use a mandate to remove an edict, don't I? Yeah, I do. It's 150 to revise an edict. Well, we'll move it up to 100 and we'll see how that affects our stockpile. If it helps a lot more, then we know we don't need that edict to help. But we could bring the gold smelters up as well. I think I'm going to hit one of those to upgrade. And then possibly the jeweler as well, because he actually wants to be citizen. So that should be okay. I'm really looking forward to building the monastery with all this really nice architecture and detail. And we're starting to put now all this stone stuff, the elegant stuff. That should be an awful lot of fun for getting stuck into the monastery with, right? So I reckon as we build down here as well, we will also develop another church, a bit of more of a town centre over this way, I think. Especially in and around this city market. Do we also want to grab the next tile now as well? I don't want to overstretch myself. We are still making decent money. Of course, in terms of foodstuffs now, we can probably start selling a bit of cheese too. I'm going to promote a couple of cheese makers as well, I think. Our beer production should be able to stay on top of that to keep them happy with entertainment. So we should be okay in that regard, I think. I'm going to grab these extra people too. I also want another lumber camp. I want to start clearing this forest over here. Let's build that up. And then get 3 woodcutters in there straight away. And I think I am going to build that big bridge because I want it here. So I'm going to line it up with that exclusion zone, if I can remember where it is. That overlay would be great to have on, actually. There we go. So let's do bridge, and then city stone bridge is what we want. Actually, do we want the city stone bridge here? I feel like I want to save the city stone bridge for sort of just the monastery, and then everywhere else we'll have kind of the the smaller, more discreet bridge of just the village stone bridge. I feel like I'm probably overthinking that, but I'm going to go with it. It's a gut feeling. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, just over here. Of course, let's actually buy the tile first. Purchase this territory. And then we'll do village stone bridge. Let's have this go. Oh, I don't know. I feel like this is going to be quite a big main street, isn't it? So it probably justifies the larger stone bridge. Let's just do it to there. Then I want a gatehouse there. And there. And then let's do some banners on the... And then I'll delete that one. Cool, it's going to be quite expensive. It'll look bloody cool though. Yeah, and then we can start crossing over the river here to Pastures New, which gives us some pretty interesting landscapes. There's another island over here. What's the territories like this side? Grab a large chunk there, another large chunk there, okay. Let's grab some more workers too, which will take us to 200 people. A little party for ourselves as we get 200 population in Foundation 1.0. But let's also have a look at the Builder's Workshop as well now. I'm going to relocate the original one we first built because it's right in the middle of the town anymore. It's just not needed. Let's build it to kind of the frontier, you know, where building projects are going on. We'll make it part of our little area over here, right? Let's just do this one. Unfortunately, they're not walking between this here, which is incredibly bloody irritating. I really wish they would. I wonder if I could actually put in a sort of gateway here, if that would encourage them. I'm not sure. Let's try it. Cool. We'll see if we can bring some people through that gate there. Or maybe it's the fact it's the lumber camp is blocking them, maybe. I'm not sure on that one. But we'll see. We'll see. We're also making barrels now as well. Does anyone want to buy barrels from us? Are they worth a decent trade resource? Okay, can sell them to Northbury for 6. That's quite tidy. Yeah, I think we will then. I've no immediate use for them, so let's just treat them as a trade resource for right now. Let's do barrels and sell everything above 0. Sure, just let it go. Superb. In terms of houses over here, we've had a great density upgrade today. These guys are all still waiting for bloody planks. We need to expand that plank operation, don't we? Let me do that before I forget. Let's have another couple of sawmills, I think, maybe. Why do we treat them as part of this mining complex over here near the cattle farm? Have one there. And then one next door. Let's get them built. Then they'll be right near a very big wood supply here as well, hopefully. Well, where is that wood going? I guess it's just being immediately consumed by all these house upgrades, is it? It must be. So the original point here of moving the Builder's Workshop is to upgrade it with the Sculptor's Workshop. So we have the Stained Glass Workshop here as well. I'm going to do Sculpture first, I think. This is just going to be a cute little extension. Let's see if we can find a happy place for this. Right, how about just there? Yeah, we'll have that. We can also do the Stained Glass Workshop here as well. Are we mining quartz yet? Is this coming out? Resources missing? Bloody planks. Of course it is. Planks are just mental at the minute. I definitely can't import them, can I? I checked that this episode. Yeah, planks, yeah, we can't import them. It's fine. Yeah, of all the bloody things to cripple the production economy, it's planks slowing everything down. But I guess the Common Wares Workshop and the Cooperage are both requiring them now. Plus house upgrades, So the City Market Hall is starting to come together now. Let's add in a couple of transporters and a couple of market tenders as well. In terms of what we'll sell here, we'll do cheese, fish, meat. I would like vegetables soon, but we'll be getting them from the monastery, I think. And then the common wares, we have clothes and common wares are the obvious ones at the minute. We will get into candles, but again, monastery is needed for that. So we'll do that another time. And then in terms of storage, we'll just store, I think, whatever is being sold here. Super. So that should be decent enough for the City Market Hall. And as this area grows out, we'll get a church out here as well, of course, eventually. Once these guys start requiring more service, we finally have housing insufficient again too. So we could do with having a few more residential plots. I wouldn't mind having them in this block here if we can start to designate them out. Of course, the lumber camp is only temporary here, so we'll eventually have more in there. And then I wouldn't mind some over this side too. The housing is becoming insufficient. Let's get some going over this side as well. Well, this side of the city. Let's have it on the street corner where you imagine it would be getting a lot of traffic. Somewhere there sounds okay. And then, yeah, this lumber camp as well. Let's move this into depths of the forest over here now too. I'll have that there, and then drag the upgrades with it also. Put those there. And hopefully with that out of the way, people might actually use my little district now. I guess we'll see. I was banging on them walking up this way, but we'll leave their entrance point there. Oh, they just went through to drop the resource off, so maybe they will. I guess we'll see. I also want this tree cutting down as well. There you go, let's make sure they grab those. No workers assigned, is that just because we haven't filled every single spot? I guess because we have 5 markets, don't we? Okay, well let's not sell common wares here then. We'll just leave one that market slot empty until we need it. I also want to get a glass smelter done as well, but this thing wants to be built within a fortification area. So let's see, there's a possible spot for it here. Looks like that'll just about satisfy it. Okay. Yeah, and I think I'd also like to complement the fence work through here as well with a bit more fence, kind of mark out this little industrial area that's growing. I think we'll just do classic wooden fence for this. Do that. And I think I'm also going to reposition this village wall here to something like that. Super. Really liking the way this area is starting to look now. We're just tucking a bit more of an industrial yard around here. That should be quite nice. Another one of these saw pits is nearly done as well, so we can finally bump up the plank production. But otherwise, everyone coming along swimmingly well. Feel now. I think we'll also add the stained glass workshop to this one as well. Let's do that there. Cool, and then that'll give us the sculptures and the stained glass for the last of tier 4 common path. And in terms of what else there is here, we've only got the last bits to do, so let's grab tier 5 decorative. That's going to give us some really cool marble stuff. How great does that look? All the marble seats and stuff. Candle workshop improvement, we don't need that just yet. And then common wares improvement as well, which will unlock the workshop tower. Let's have a look what that does. You okay? We've got some people over here. Sounds like a good trade. 200 iron. No, I'm burning through my iron at the minute. I'm sorry. So you got an upgrade, did you? You had a workshop tower which multiplies production by 2. Well, we can't really multiply production by 1 just yet. So we'll just leave that for a little bit. Our common wares production isn't brilliant at the moment, but we will get there hopefully. We're now starting to lose service. We are indeed, aren't we? That's going to be because you guys are just... Are you all too far away from a church over here? Rustic food is also a problem as well. We've got berries on at the market. No, we don't actually. Okay then, we're going to add in a city food stall. I'm going to sell the rustic foods here as well. Let's have one there. Let's get those on. And then when they're built, we'll sell the extra 2 foods there too, I think. Okay, so we have the master builder here. Best suited to his citizen. We'll assign a regular village anyway. Okay then, let's finish the episode by building a smaller, more discreet church this side of the city. It just has to be a pretty simple one really. Let's do service. We'll do rustic church, and just want to keep it really simple. Let's do a rustic nave. Is there a chance of squeezing one in here? I want it in a bit more prominent position really. Let's turn on our zoning grids again. Why don't we have a minor chapel here. And then we'll do a rustic nave behind it. Yeah, that is pretty much perfect. Let's have a stone bell tower. Slightly higher up here. So of course this will give fortification bonus too for any houses in the vicinity. Let's do a rustic cross on top. And then could we do a couple of fountains, I wonder? It's a bit over the top. We'll do the sheep statue. Is that because we have the resource thing now? Oh, the sheep statue would be good, wouldn't it? It's a bit big for there though. We will work that in. Maybe somewhere around the bridge. Or we can also do the stained glass thing as well now, can't we? That is very nice. Not on this church though. We might add it on the other one. And then let's do a couple of statues outside here. And of course a door, which is the last thing it'll need. Now if we can find them, they are at the other end. Let's do a humble gate. Stay humble, eh? So, Church of Erling Haaland perhaps. And then let's do just a removal of the forbidden area at the door there. Cool. And we can just make that part of our, I guess, kind of important intersection here if you'd like. I'm going to make this priority here and also assign the priest straight away. Just so we can get rid of that service bug there as well. That new housing is also growing up here too. We got room for a little bit more. Would you be so kind, I wonder, to allow me to place one more foundation? Looks like it. Looks like we can get one more in there, I think. I'm happy for them over here. We could move this forestry operation as well now, start having some houses out this way. But otherwise I think we'll probably turn our attention to increasing density again over here, I feel like. Yeah, you guys just after a bit of patrol coverage, aren't you? How are we doing for... Yeah, we could do maybe a few more patrols. It's a little bit weak over this side, isn't it? And speak for devils, as I need more people, they arrive. Let's add more patrollers over that way. Should increase our patrol coverage. How are we doing for staffing here in this one? Yeah, we can afford some more people out here. We did also unlock the battle company last episode as well, didn't we? For which we could send them out onto patrol duty. And our glass smelter is finally here as well, and we will throw in citizen into here again. It's another building that's going to go with coal and tools, so we just need to expand that infrastructure as we have been doing today. And then our master builder, second one, the glass sculptor, is also up. And then we've also got this little industrial yard building up over here as well, where there's currently one carpenter, but we'll just keep these guys in reserve, ready to turn on for when we need that rush of planks. The new church is coming on now too, which is wonderful. We're also selling berries over at the city market, 14 consumed this week. Common wares also making it over here too. Isn't that fun? Seeing a whole just suite of materials for sale around this market. Really cool. I love this building. And then we'll be having people come up here to the bridge as well, which will be cool one day, won't it? This will take a while to get built though. We'll leave this one playing while we wait for things to arrive. But either way, that does complete the common path for us here. I guess we might as well, while we've got the coinage, just go ahead and grab Candle Workshop Improvement. But we won't be doing that yet, of course, because we don't have any wax. We'll be getting that from our monastery, which I think we may approach next episode. Kind of securing that tier 4 and 5 common path today allows us to maintain a much more stronger commoner population, I think. So you can see the density rising up as well now, can't you? In those older zones. That's really what I want to work on, is building up here as much as we are going out. And I think next episode, should we get stuck into the monastery? I think we will. It's the last of the monuments waiting to be discovered, isn't it? Monastery, bit more expansion, and then the stone fortress. But that's what we'll do. We'll see. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. A massive shout out to the patrons that support the channel with a roll call to our golden eggs: Andrew Perez, Louis Adlim, O'Hay Casino, Phoenix MD, and Bad Warfare. If you want to get involved in that, links to Patreon, Instant Gaming, best ways to support the channel. Thank you so much for all support on the Foundation content. It's so nice to see you guys enjoying it as much as I am playing it. Really loving just exploring this game. Good progress today, getting the dairy and the cheese secured. We've also got glass and quartz and barrels and stuff being made now. Is up to tier 4 and 5. Common path. Yeah, and I reckon next episode I'm going to leave the simulation running quite a long time, I think, between now and next episode, because there's loads that needs to be done and it just needs to tick over. So I'll update you with what happens as we start the next episode, which I think will be the monastery. I think it'll be a lot of fun building on that little island, won't it? I'll probably deforest it as well between now and then. But again, it'll need a bridge at the same time too. Otherwise, guys, thank you all so much indeed for watching. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day.